is the only reason we're blessed. Now, I'm speaking to the choir here a little bit. Repeat this after me. How many repeat this after me? The only people who don't have time are dead. Now, have you ever used that excuse for not doing something? Let me tell you something scary. If you watch television 1 hour a day, or on your computer 1 hour a day, listen to those emails and delete them 1 hour a day, that's 365 hours a year, right? Divide that by 8, which is an 8-hour day. Guess how many 8-hour days that is? Folks, it's 45 8-hour days. And if that's to watch television or do something 1 hour a day, the average TV watching, I read in USA Today not too long ago, is 4 hours. Folks, that's 6 months a year of 8-hour days. Now, if you feel like you don't have, of course I'm kind of talking prior, you tell these people, if you don't think we have enough time to do anything, get your television and your computer and throw it in the trash. We'll be hunting something to do. Y'all with me? Luckiest, most blessed people the world ever had. In 1982, I was chairman of the United Way in Knoxville, and I had some Aquinas experiences. I forgot to check my time during it. I hope I don't talk too long. I had 3 things happen to me. One was, I was friends with a fellow named Billy Bob Holliday. He had terrible cerebral palsy. He could do 2 things. He could hit his shoulder for yes and his knee for no. He was in a wheelchair, couldn't talk, couldn't walk. And I was with him one day when we presented to Billy Bob a wheelchair that had air tires. This is about 20 years ago. And I saw Billy Bob with a tear in his eye because he now owned his own wheelchair with air tires. And I was pushing him on my backyard one day. He liked to go fast. I was running along real fast. Now you picture this. Billy Bob probably weighed 75 pounds. I weigh 1/8 of a ton. That's way too much. And I hit something. The wheelchair stopped. Well, it's easy to stop 75 pounds. It's real hard to stop 1/8 of a ton. Well, he stopped about 10 feet. The wheelchair stopped about 10 feet after him, and I stopped about 10 feet after that. I thought I'd kill Billy Bob. He was making the worst noise I ever heard. I thought I heard him laugh. Went back there, and Billy Bob was laughing. He was laughing, and when I was with him from then on, he had a little gesture. He said, "Bo, tell him about that wreck we had." And then I met a fellow named Edward Harris. Edward Harris was in a wheelchair also. And I used to go pick him up and take him places. And he lived in a terrible place. It was an old house that somebody was doing it, I think, just for government money. The pictures were crooked, one light bulb hanging out, just dirty, just a terrible place. And when I picked him up, I'd have to take a breath before I picked him up and put him in my car. You know why I had to take a breath? He smelled bad. But then I saw him after he had gotten to move into a brand new facility. And I went to see old Edward, and he came up to me in his wheelchair and said, "Bo, guess what?" Tear in his eye. He says, "I get to take a shower every day. There's a man in my room every morning that helps me take a bath." And then the last thing that happened to me was I held in my arms a 4-week-old baby that was addicted to crack cocaine. Well, I put those 3 together, and I said something to myself. I said, "Bo, you ain't never going to complain again." Because what if the highlights of our life was having our own wheelchair with air tires and having a wreck in somebody's backyard? What if the highlight of our life was getting to take a bath because somebody's there to help us? And what if we were addicted to crack cocaine when we were born? We are so blessed that it's ridiculous. Y'all with me? Yes. And I looked at that baby and I said, "Bo Schaefer, you're not going to ever complain again." And I quit in 1982. And what I want to do is get you folks to join me today. You can stop complaining if we want to. It's got to be a commitment, and it takes some practice. But it will change your life. It will change your family's life. It will change your church life. It will change your business life. It changes every life you come into contact with. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to break a habit. And folks, if we quit, well, I would have done it. If you quit complaining, it'll change everything. Will you all join me and quit complaining? You can do it. And it's so much fun. Do you know some people, when they come see you, you think to yourself, oh. You know some of those people, and then you see some other people, when you see them coming, you think, hot dog, I'm going to be built up when I see this guy. Folks, be a breath of sunshine everywhere they go. Don't be a cloud. Stop that dumb complaining. You ever been in a group of people and somebody starts complaining and they get interrupted and somebody tries to out-complain them? I even hear people complain about getting old. That's the dumbest complaint that ever hit this earth. You either get old or you, folks, we either wear out or rot out. Repeat this after me. The people who have the most birthdays, live the longest. When people, you know some people, when you ask you how you doing, you got to sit down and listen for 20 minutes. And they tell you about the pills and the bad knees. And shoot, you know why we got bad knees and death by the hip? We ain't eating enough grease. Eat more butter, so you need. My wife just died of cancer 10 months ago, and I found out with cancer about the two rules of life that really matter, that make you enjoy life. Rule number 1 is don't sweat small stuff. And everybody remembers what rule number 2 is. Everything is small stuff. Even cancer, in the long run, everything is small stuff. Repeat this after me. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. Well, will you join me? Be flexible. Don't go your way so quiet. You ever notice people arguing, especially a man and a woman, a man and a wife? They argue. I've even seen a man and wife almost get mad at each other, trying to decide whether something happened to them on a Thursday or a Friday. That's the dumbest thing that ever was. A good marriage, I got to quit. It's a good marriage takes chipped teeth. And here's what I mean, honey, I got to go to the party tomorrow night. Why didn't you tell me? I told you yesterday. No, you didn't. 4th time. Get your teeth. But you cover it with a smile. And you say, honey, I'm sorry. I thought I told you. Knowing full well I told you. 99% of all arguments aren't what you're arguing about. The argument is I'm right and you're wrong, you dummy. That's the subtle argument. Y'all with me on that? Folks, join me. Never argue with your wife or your husband. You know who's looking up to you, don't you? Your children and your grandchildren. You're showing them how to have a good marriage. And your friends. I could do this, but there's too many people. Everybody hand up, spread your fingers, hold your head up. If you've done this, now do it again. Now, real quickly, it won't work in the back seat. Put that on your chin. Put that little thing, put that circle on your chin. Now, where did I tell you to put it? Everybody up very close never touched their chin, they touched their cheek. Because people don't listen to you. They what? They watch us, folks. We got a real responsibility showing people how to live. Our grandchildren, our children, all this. You folks are leaders or you wouldn't be here. Can we do a better job? Let's quit complaining. Let's appreciate what God has given us. Helping others is not a duty or an obligation. It's the most unbelievable privilege that ever hit this earth. Just by the grace of God, we ought to give it. And I'm going to sit down after this. If your spiritual life is not in order, folks, get it in order. Because unconditional love we're not born with. We're reborn with it. So, folks, pay attention to our God, just like the subject says. Cut out your complaining. Keep a smile on your face. Be a piece of sunshine everywhere you go. Don't argue with your wife or husband. You know, when mom ain't happy, nobody's happy. When mama's happy, everybody's happy. When mama's not happy, nobody's happy. I had one. When daddy's happy, not happy, it really don't matter. Thank you for letting me talk to you.